question asked. If either one of you are successful in being our representative, what will you do? Because I have to imagine when you go to Washington, it's crazy. You know, the temptations and the corruption is probably rampant. What will you do to resist that? And will you agree maybe to come and do town hall meetings like this? Maybe once a year, just so you can stay grounded and listen to our concerns.
Every recess.
Tim, you're up.
Yeah, I would absolutely agree to that. I mean, it's been essential to what's got my campaign off the ground, and you know, this is the reason why I'm even doing this. Is you know, for the same reasons that you formed this group. You know, how to resist the temptation, I can't tell you anything other than, you know, I have no intention to make a career out of this. Not only do I have no intention, but I have no desire. You know, I want to go down there and do what I can to help turn things around. But like I said, I'm a proponent of term limits, and the reason why I got into this race is simply to do the right thing for my kids. So, like I said, I think the biggest resisting, you know, the biggest way that I can resist the temptation is, you know, I will keep my kids in mind, and when I make every decision, and you know, it'll be in what's their best interest, you know, not what's in the best interest of getting reelected.
Okay, thank you. And town hall meetings like this, maybe?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, great. Absolutely. Okay, Bill.
Well, number one, yes, on town hall meetings and getting out into the district and meeting the people who sent me there to Washington. That is a critical piece. Now, in terms of maintaining your independence, one of the biggest things, one of the biggest leverages that the party exercises over individual congressmen is the threat to election funds. Now, I've been very blessed in this campaign. Over the last 2.5 years now, we've amassed over 60,000 donors. Not large, I have no large sugar daddies out there, but 60,000 people just like you sitting in here tonight who have been very, very kind and believe in me enough to send me $25 or $50. You are my constituents. You are the people to whom I am beholden and to whom I would be most leveraged. The independence that you give through your donations to a campaign to be free from the coercion of the special interest and the party bosses is paramount. And that strength comes from you.
Thank you.
As we all, I'm Jason Bracken, I'm from Clymer. As we all know, part of the major corruption in Washington is because of our tax system. It creates loopholes, favors, and most of those people down there are paid well for that. So I'd like to hear what your tax plan is going forward and how you would gain support from other congressmen to get it passed, because you'll be taking, if you change our current tax code, you're going to be taking away their funds.
Okay, thank you. Jason, thank you.
Okay. Well, the good news is there are some congressmen who are working on something very special. Now, in terms of my attitude towards our federal tax system, I believe we need to scratch our entire federal tax code, federal income tax, withholding, the Social Security tax, do away with the entire system, especially the death tax, and replace it with a national consumption sales tax. Many of you may be familiar with it. It's called the fair tax, and many of you have probably read up on it. The good news is that Congressman Linder, who's one of the authors of the book, The Fair Tax, has a large group of people who are already pushing to get the fair tax through, the sponsorship through. I've already met with Congressman Linder's office, and we'll sign on as a co-sponsor to that bill. And there is a great deal of political strength, and thanks to good people like you raising your voices, being heard, the fair tax or a possible alternative in a flat tax are two major possibilities, because those have enough popular support to overcome, hopefully, the Charlie Rangels of the world who have used that tax code as their personal bludgeon and power base.
Thank you. Tim.
the entire tax code, I think, needs to be looked at very, very closely. You know, what it's done is it's created this environment where, you know, we give so much of our money to Washington, and then we're put in a position where we have to beg to get some of it back. And then when we get it back, those who give it to us act like it was their money. I mean, the entire system is upside down. We need to dramatically reduce taxes, and you know, there are a number of things that, again, just don't make any common sense. The United States has the second highest corporate income tax in the world. If you were a CEO of a multinational corporation and you were looking for a place to put your headquarters or your manufacturing centers, would you look at the country that has the second highest corporate income tax in the world? Probably not. So, yeah, the entire tax code needs to be looked at very closely. Unfortunately, Pelosi does not have it right. Government does not create jobs. It's business. It's small businesses that create jobs, and when we increase the tax burdens on them, that's fewer jobs that they can provide. And when we lower taxes, what do those businesses do with that money but increase, grow their business, increase the number of employees they have. So the entire tax code needs to be looked at.
Excellent. Thank you.